Yeah, actually, basically my childhood, I grew up in Hyderabad. My father was a civil servant in railways. He was an Indian Railway Engineering Services officer. My mother was a housewife. And then we are we were three actually. I am the eldest in the family. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. So as an elder brother, I was a very disciplined kid. My parents disciplined me a lot. I was a bit shy and a timid guy growing up. And my mom, she would tell us stories from the Hindu mythology about Ramayana, Mahabharata and all that. So she instilled a lot of good things in us. And I also had the habit of reading books. So I read a lot of books. And my mother's stories and all that. They kind of shaped my childhood and then they shaped my life. As a child, of course, I was afraid, get bullied by there used to be bullies in the school who would bully us. So I was always scared of them in the school. So I would always avoid them, and that's it. That was the only thing. Otherwise, everything was okay.
How the tables have turned now that you're an adult.
Yeah, I would like to take them on. Actually, my childhood, I never wanted to be a law enforcement officer. That was never in my mind. It all happened along the way. As a child, I always dreamt of being a scientist or something like that, and I was being trained for a scientist as well. I studied post-graduation in microbiology, and then I wanted to be a molecular biologist. I wanted to go abroad and do my postdoctoral studies, but that didn't happen because the visa issues and all that. And what happened was for my MSc, I landed up in Indian Agricultural Research Institute in New Delhi, where I did my post-graduation in microbiology. And after that, I did my PhD. Doing my PhD, the Delhi scene is that a lot of people prepare for the civil services examination there. I happened to be a member of a quiz team in the college, and all the members of my quiz team happened to be preparing for the civil services examination. So I also jumped the boat. I prepared for the civil service examination, and then I took two exams. One is the Indian Forest Service exam and the Indian Administrative, that is UPSC exam. In the Indian Forest Service exam, I stood 6th All India. So that was it gave me a huge boost of confidence to me, and that made me write the UPSC Civil Services examination as well. And after I wrote this examination, I was selected for the Indian Police Service, and that's how I came into the Police Service. Yeah, I was not a movie buff. My childhood, movies. I used to rarely go for movies. Once in a while is what we used to see movies. Yeah, some movies like the movie of Gandhi, which was made by Richard Attenborough. That was a huge thing. I was simply fascinated by that movie, the way Gandhi was able to take on the entire British Empire and do so. Such type of movies definitely. Then the 10 Commandments, Cecil B. DeMille's 10 Commandments. Such type of movies definitely, they inspired me, and then they definitely made an impact on my life. See, it's a question of maintaining life balance. So in this, of course, when I was young and I was working as a SP, there was no time, and I would be away from home for days, and then I would be hardly interacting with my family members and all that. For that, I must appreciate my wife, because in my absence she took good care of the kids and brought them up, and then they're all studying, doing extremely well now. Whatever time, it's not the quantity of time which is important, it's the quality of time which is important. So whenever I had time to spend with my family, I made sure that I gave them 100%, and so that's how I've been able to maintain work-life balance. You have politicians do make requests, but then we have rules, and we have to go by rules. And there is a little bit of discretion which is there, which we can exercise discretion at times. But whatever requests are unreasonable, we do not normally entertain those unreasonable requests, and whatever requests which are made and which seem a little bit reasonable, and if we have some discretion and we can exercise the discretion, then we do exercise discretion. But mostly we never entertain any unreasonable requests, even if it's at the peril of our jobs. When I first joined the civil services training course, I was just married I was married, and after marriage, one tends to put on weight. I had put on a lot of weight. I was a little on the obese side. And after we went for training, because of the grueling training in the National Police Academy, I lost a lot of weight. After I passed out from the academy, I continued running and in fact improved over a period of time. So I used to be a smoker then, and then I didn't have a good stamina, but after I passed out of the academy and after I started working, and then when I started enjoying running, I thought running is more important for me than smoking, so I gave up smoking. And after that I used to run 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers along with the constables when I was in Tanjavur as a district SP. And then when I came to Chennai, people told me that you're blazing the treadmill, you're running so much, why don't you participate in marathons? So I wanted to do something outrageous and something impossible for my 50th birthday. So I ran the first marathon. I decided to run the marathon. The marathon race was on my birthday, again my 50th birthday. I was the first Vipram, it was Chennai Vipram marathon, and then I ran the half marathon then, and then soon after within a couple of months there was the Auroville marathon, which was held in Pondicherry, and then I ran my first marathon and I did extremely well. I did the race, that 42 kilometers in 3 hours 48 minutes. But after that I have been riddled with injuries, but then that was my personal best, and I really enjoyed running because it was a trail run and it was very beautiful, and I just loved running in Pondicherry. I mean, you have to be bigger than the challenge. Like, the challenges are always there. We are always confronted with challenges in life. And how you look at it, the challenge, you can allow the challenge to trample you, to finish you off, or you can become bigger than the challenge and you can defeat the challenge itself. So I always thought there's no challenge is bigger than me. We always have the potential to overcome any challenges in life. So that attitude or that mindset, kind of has so far carried me through. So that's helped me overcome challenges in life. There's a lot government is doing for improving the sports, and a lot of sportsmen in the country. But India is a poor country, it's a developing country. We do not have infrastructure to match the infrastructure which is available abroad. We have never done well in the Olympic Games, but we have started doing well of late. So similarly in the police team also, the police team, I am a manager of the police athletic team. I look after the Tamil Nadu police athletic team, and we have people who have done extremely well at the all India level. They have won laurels for Tamil Nadu police at the national level. So the CM, ex-CM, she was she encouraged and motivated sportsmen a great deal, and I don't think any state has got the kind of rewards which a policeman gets the way a Tamil Nadu police athlete or a sportsman gets. A gold medal fetches them 5 lakhs, and they don't think there's anywhere in the country where a gold medal can fetch them 5 lakhs. So really, definitely, there's not being, Tamil Nadu government especially is doing a lot to encourage sports, and then the rewards are fabulous. Very stressed. Books are the best. I like to wind up reading books, and then I love listening to music. I've got a good collection of music with me, which I listen to in my this thing. And then otherwise, I've got there are so many. Now you have podcasts, a lot of podcasts which are there, very, very inspiring podcasts, which you can on success and entrepreneurship and then on health. So these podcasts are very inspiring. And then best way for me to de-stress is like to go to the gym and then to have a run and then listen to this podcast. So nothing de-stresses one better than this, and for me it's the best.